60% of the population and often is described as the future of the nation. Yet, many argue that young people remain underrepresented in governance and policy making. And that brings us to our conversation this morning on the youth and political future of Nigeria. We have in the studio Ejike Ilotasie. He's the coordinating PG in Wu West Senatorial Zone, and he's also the state coordinator, Youth in Politics in Wu State. You're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Ejike.
Good morning, viewers.
Okay. Just like our story, our topic implies, the youth and the political future of Nigeria. Whenever we talk about politics with the youth, they are so disappointed. Most of them are even unaware of what is going on in the political landscape. What are your thoughts on this particular situation?
Okay, thank you very much. If you look at the Nigerian situation, youth made up of 60 to 65% of the entire population, yet they are not involved in decision making. The reason is that most of the youths do or often shy away from partisan politics. If you shy away from partisan politics, how can you take part in taking decisions that will take or shape the future of this country? You know what happened during NSAS, when the youths had it up to this place? They said enough is enough, that the way the country is being run, and they took the streets.
So how well did that turn out?
Well, consistency, they said, is what will nurture or what will bring results. They did it, it turned out very, very good. But one way or the other, they didn't follow it up to the letter. That is why, but you won't tell me, you and I know that that exercise, NSAS, at least it sends a very, very vibrant signal to the political arena of this country.
Now, before we digress into NSAS and how that turned out for Nigerian youth, you mentioned something. You said that youth shy away from partisan politics.
Exactly.
Can you explain further? What do you mean by youth shy away from partisan politics?
A lot of youths see politics as a dirty game. Politics is never a dirty game. It is the involvement of hoodlums in politics that makes it look like underlined a dirty game. It is not a dirty game. If you feel that what the politicians are doing is not good, why don't you join politics? Be part of it. Join a political party. Vote and present yourself to be voted for. If you're outside, government may decide today or even 1 month that they don't want anybody to come out. That there is one sickness or the other that they're envisaging underlined again. You don't have any option than to abide. But if you are there, youths are energetic. They have charisma, everything that the country needs to propel. But most of them, when you do shady deals or you deceive somebody, they say politicians. Politics is not bad. But what we are suffering today, there is a dictum that said, if you don't join politics or if you don't become a leader, if you shy away from politics, let me say it the way it is, people that you are better off will continue to lead you. That's exactly what is happening here. 50% or if not 70% of youths believe that politicians, they are not do well people. That is why those people, the elders, I'm not trying to cajole the elders because one day we become elders as well. But the fact remains that our youths, the way they look at politics is something that in fact is dealing with us.
Okay. Don't you think, sorry, hold on, Kingsley. Don't you think that there is a reason why the youth think that politics is dirty? Don't you think that the elders probably did not play politics the way that would make the youth want to be interested in politics?
They don't need to play it the way you need to be interested because power is sweet. They'll have to put barricade everywhere. They don't give power, they take it. If you look at it, that the way they are doing it, that they can start construction of one road and it will last for 2 years and people and commuters will be suffering. When you come closer, you have to make your input. But if you stay outside throwing stone, it would, no elder would like to leave this political space for the youth. The earlier we get it into our score, the better. But once you come inside, know how they cannot, sweep you under the carpet, because they know you have the power, you have the resilience, you are energetic, whatever they need. But if you are not there, they will share power among themselves, the elders.
Okay,
so I'm calling on all the youths to embrace politics. It is not only partisan politics. From your community, your club, your school, if you feel that what is being done there is not good, instead of staying at the corner, correcting them, you're supposed to put ease here. Look at it's putting walls. Why don't you come and take the mantle and show and lead the way? That's what we are calling for.
Okay. Also, Ejike, you had just mentioned that the older ones won't give room for change. Does this not promote the idea of political godfatherism, whereby even when you have a younger person there, you know there's an older person controlling the decision of this younger person?
You have to serve like in Igbo setting. That's what we call apprenticeship, Igbo boy. You know, like when we were in school, I read political science in Esut. I studied political science in Esut. During that time, most times we mix with the elders, the politicians. We follow them to campaign, electioneering campaigns. Through that place, there are difference between classroom politics and what is obtainable, especially in Africa. Let me not particularize it in Nigeria, to Nigeria. But when you go there, you will notice that some of the things that they taught you in school is not obtainable at the political arena. But as a young person, your brain is not tabula rasa. You are learning. You are learning every time. You are learning on the job. So if you look at what is going on, you can separate the wheat from the chaff. I mean, you take the ones that are doing well, the ones that are not doing well, you try to find a way to correct it. I will not get tired of saying that it is better you join what is going on in politics instead of staying outside.
Now, apart from what you've mentioned, that the youths are not interested in this partisan politics and are, shying away from it, there are also some main structural and, cultural obstacles that are limiting them. So can you highlight some of those things that limit young people from joining politics, apart from the ones you've mentioned already?
Okay, the system. I will not deny the fact that the system is not giving the youth opportunity to thrive, especially in politics. Not only in politics. The system in the sense that, let me say, the elders, what they normally present to the youth are small things. Come and carry placards for us. There is no training. They're supposed to train the youth, proper education, and they have to give them, especially the girls, or the girls. Like some political parties, they are the weaker sex, even though you don't want to accept that. They have to give them opportunity to contest by maybe removing some, in politics, picking forms to contest for a position. Most of the times, the political parties, they will hike the prices. If they hike the prices, let's assume a youth that will just finish from the university, who struggle to train him or herself through the university. Now they will put, and he want to become a legislator, by running for maybe House of Assembly or Reps or Senate, as the case may be. Or they will put they will tag the form, the amount, something like 2 million naira. How do you expect the youth to get such money? You know, these are impediments. Then, if you come to that place, they will do meeting before meeting that this one is elders forum, whereby even if they allow the youths, it will be only one person, maybe the youth leader, will join them in the meeting. Every other persons are elderly persons, you know. So these are impediments as well. So in Nigeria, they don't give youths free hand to operate. But they said, kingdom of God suffereth violence, and it's through violence that will take it by force. And there is another quote by the Communist Manifesto, authored by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels, which they said, and I quote, if the workers of the whole world can unite together, they have nothing to lose than the chains and the whole world to conquer. The workers of the whole world, the youth of Nigeria, if they can come together, they will break that chain, that jinx that they're holding, and they conquer the whole world.
All right, then, let's look at the financial aspect, just as you had mentioned. Do we, or rather, would you advise we have a situation where the government can also sponsor youths in politics? You just mentioned that sometimes political parties can hike the prices of forms that you need to be obtained to vie, or rather contest for a particular position. Would you advise that we have a platform where the government can sponsor youths that are ready and also credible in certain positions?
Yes. I feel like if you're repeating what you said, that is what we want. You know, due to the situation of the country, there was a proposal I wrote when I was serving. I wrote to NYSC that since we go to university without receiving anything from government, during youth service, they will be paying us, like when I served, we are paid 8,000 naira every month. I served in Bayelsa. I wrote a proposal to NYC at that time that during that 1 month, they should allocate all the core members into skills acquisition, then post them. Somebody who did electronic engineer or mechanical engineering, we posted to a mechanic workshop. Those mechanic engineers went on register with NYSC. You know, they will be the ones signing logs. No need of paying them those peanuts. They will be paying maybe 100,000 every month. You can visualize your money, but you can withdraw it. After a period of 1 year service, maybe the government should at least a token of 1 million naira. This quest of white collar job everywhere, I'm looking for job in immigration, it will reduce drastically. Government knows all these things. You know, when I wrote the proposal, it looked like they will work on it, but up to this time, at least I served up to 15 years ago. But up to this time, they don't want, that is the policy. That's why I said that the policy that we have in Nigeria is not encouraging, especially to the youth. But it is only when you get involved, either by trick or whatever, you become a legislator, you have to bring out those things so that it will favor the youth.
Now, you mentioned earlier when you were, saying your quote about youths coming together to break the chains that is holding them back. So I want to know, from your point of view, would you say that the youths are currently together as a unit fighting against this? And what are your suggestions to improve youth togetherness in political spaces?
We need a total reorientation side of the youth. We have a social media space. What is obtainable here in Nigeria is a divide and rule, even down to Umonna setting. Once you see that they are coming up to take what belongs to them, you will see the elders regrouping again against them. They will divide the youths. So I'm calling on the youths. You know, we have more time to spend in this on this planet Earth. It's true that death can kill even a day-old child, but we know we can spend more time. Even the Bible says that we will see our children. So somebody like me, I believe I will see my children. So I'm not dying now, just like every other youth. Do you understand? So they should ignore the call by some politicians that's making them not to get. Who is carrying ballot box? Do not the youth.
Mm-hmm.
Who is killing people? Do not the youth. Even sometimes I look at even what all these secret courts. But why will you kill your fellow youth or your another person? Whereas there are hoodlums in the bush, they are called Boko Haram or whatsoever. That you can the group see. Look at villages that are moving forward. It is only when the youths come together and they will say, no, enough is enough. That all these things that are going on every day, every year, that we are like this, they will. It is when they come together that they can demand for accountability. If they are not together, these people will be saying A and the other will be saying B. They need togetherness. That is why I have to expunge that of the quotes in Communist Manifesto. You know, during classical society, as enshrined in the same manifesto, where they have the proletariats, lumpen proletariats, bourgeois, petit bourgeois, and comprador bourgeoisies. You know, they divide all these things. We are born equal, we are created equal. You know, but all these classifications, they want to make it look like I cannot get to this place. So when you, as a petit bourgeois, you see yourself as a as a proletariat or lumpen proletariat even. You look at yourself, maybe I can take 2 square meal or even 3. You forget about everything that you train your children, that the future, go to America. Trump or the American government, they are paying, if you finish from the university, or even when you are in the university, you get something. With that, if you look at our boys going around, you will see GTC boys, even just one boys, they will construct a house, they carry it around. I may not see it. They don't want you to come to that ladder, you know, of bourgeoisie, or even talk more of comprador bourgeoisie, the highest echelon. They don't want you. But it's only the youths who can come together and break the chains, and they'll conquer the world.
Okay, so let's look at this stereotype that comes with being a politician. People see this as a platform to siphon money and also, you know, whatever it is that you can secure for the period of time you're in office. Do you think this would actually reflect if the youths are in office? What makes you think that they would behave differently from the rest of the politicians?
All those things are about our policy making. The youths are not involved in policy making. I was working as an admin officer with master holders. After that, I joined the Econ Foundation, working for 50,000 naira per month. You know, after working like 6 months, I was appointed by the distinguished Senator Ejike as a special assistant to the Deputy Senate President on civil society matters. The first day I got my salary, I laughed. I said, oh, is it why people don't want to work? Because I got almost ₦1 million. Someone who is
from 50,000 naira.
Yes, I got almost ₦1 million for a period of 6 months, because they have to allow me to work for 6 months. I got like 8.something million. I did not accept. I have to expunge it and send to my boss. It's like these people made a mistake. Look at what came into my account. I said no.
that is 6 months salary. No, you will not be paid for the past 6 months. You know, I gave it a thought. I said, these people, they are not, it's not even the senators that fix these remunerations. It's the office called RAMFAC. Why will you fix such an amount for a special assistant to a politician? Whereas you have a lecturer, even a councillor is not earning up to 150,000 or more than 150,000 that will talk from his village to the, no, you look at everything borders on decision making, policy. So I'm encouraging the youths to join from grassroots lawmaking, because if you look at it, what I ask myself, if I can get such amount, how much more are senators, House of Rep, and even the president is getting? You know,
Yeah.
and when you get something like that, it can make you lazy. I mean it.
Now, from what you said, I understand you, but then there seems to be this argument between older politicians and the youth. Older politicians have this argument that the youth lack experience and the capability to handle positions, and the youth, like you said, arguing that the old people are refusing to step aside. So I'm now wondering, where does mentorship come into all of this? How can the older people mentor the younger people in politics? And would you say that the youth are getting enough of that mentorship right now?
No, they are not. It's just like the challenge going on. That when they want to recruit somebody, let's say in this office, Signature TV, they will say they need somebody with 15 years experience. How? That is a total exclusion already. You need somebody with 15 years experience. How do you want somebody who just finished from the university to come and prove him or herself that he can do this? Look at the social media space. Look at the type of content that is playing. You know that Nigerians, we have talent. Nigerian youths, we have talents here and there. But that is still the policy, both in the private sector and the public sector, government sector, you know. The policy they keep is not the one that will allow the youths to thrive or to learn very well. Yes, they learn on the job, you know. But what you normally see, IT students, when you finish your IT, you will leave. It is not enough. It is true that in civil service, you rise from the ladder, you know. But like I just mentioned, when I served as a SSA to the SLA to the then Deputy Senate President, it's all what happened. But and during that period, although his own is exceptional, because every like 6 months they will enroll us for trainings and others. But what is obtainable mostly, they will just appoint you without training you. So it is very important. Training is very important in all facets of life. Training. It's only when they train you, like in Africa or Nigeria. I just say when they teach you, when you study political science or even engineering, mechanical engineering, when you come to the field, you will see that that thing on paper is different from what is obtainable here. So training and retraining is very, very good. It will shape our future.
All right, thank you so much, Ozo Ejike Ilotasie. Thanks so much for joining us today, and we hope that the youths would actually rise up and have more interest in Nigerian politics, as well as hold important positions too in the political landscape.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us. A conversation was on the youth and the political future of Nigeria. Our guest, Ozo Ejike Ilotasie, he is the coordinating PG Enugu West Senatorial Zone, and also the former PDP youth leader Of course, thank you so much for joining us once again. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, our next conversation for the day.